What's up, guys? This is Webby, and this is your Monday Night Raw review for October 10th, 2016. We had just a show tonight. Saw some good things, saw some really crappy things, and saw some things that should not be on Monday Night Raw. Now, some of you are probably going to think that Monday Night Raw was great. Why are you saying that it was just a show, Webby? Sasha Banks is facing Charlotte inside Hell in a Cell. Do we really need to see that match? Does that match really even need to take place anymore? As many times as we've seen this contest, does it need to take place any more times? No. Does it need to take place inside Hell in a Cell? Absolutely not. Hell in a Cell will do nothing for this matchup. They won't use the cell. The cell is just to put a gimmick over the match because, number one, they've used the same rehashed one-on-one match between Charlotte versus Sasha Banks for months now. That's number one. Number two, to build up the history of Sasha Banks versus Charlotte all the way back from NXT till now. Number three, hopefully the last time we see these women wrestle each other for a long time. Even though Raw, in this case, it probably won't be because there's only 3 women that they do anything with. And a perfect example of that is tonight because Bayley was in a squash match. Bayley in a squash match. She should not be having squash matches. They should be building up stars on the Raw roster and having more women on the Raw roster that means something besides Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte. Dana Brooks attacked Bayley after the match. Does this do anything? No. Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston. Does this really do anything with Kofi winning? All this really proves is that they're trying to show that Cesaro and Sheamus can't work together as a tag team because Sheamus was on the outside on Facebook Live. Not only that, but he was messing around with freaking the rest of the New Day and that trombone, which cost Cesaro the match. So that's all they're doing. Lindsay Dorado and Sin Cara versus Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. The Cruiserweight division on Monday Night Raw, okay, is watered down. A lot of people are saying, give it some time, it'll build up. It's had some time. The Cruiserweight division is, it's not even Cruiserweight action, really. It's scripted WWE Raw that we saw each and every week before the Cruiserweights got up there. That's all we see. That's all we're seeing. I'm not seeing too much of what we saw on the Cruiserweight Classic. They're being held back. It's just, I'm not seeing the excitement. The fans are seeing that too. You know, the fans weren't even getting into that Cruiserweight matchup. And it shows. Now, some people will say, oh, well, the stars aren't known. Look, some of those stars on the Cruiserweight Classic, and I know it's a different fan base, a different type crowd, but you would think that with the type of excitement that the Cruiserweights could provide, that they showed on the Cruiserweight Classic, if they would show that on Monday Night Raw, it would generate some excitement and people would really want to see the Cruiserweight division. This was not really worth watching. Okay? Foley and McMahon comes out and names all the matches. Foley gets added to the list of Jericho. Ink it in, man! And Kevin Owens says he doesn't want to be what Mick Foley is. A rehashed, old, used up, wannabe general manager. And Jericho gets put in the main event and says that if Jericho wins the main event, then he gets added to the main event of Hell in a Cell. Seth talks about the main event and he's going to destroy the machine and talks about everything that Stephanie's trying to do to him. Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas versus Enzo and Cass. This match never took place because of Anderson and Gallows. Anderson and Gallows, if you are going to be hard-hitting, just people that's going to go out there and take the tag team division by storm, look, it's too far gone, number one, in my eyes. Number two, you know, you were portrayed by doctors for so long. You know, I just don't see this going anywhere. If it does, good, because I like you, but I don't see this going anywhere. As far as Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas is concerned, Bo Dallas should not be tag teaming with Curtis Axel if you're going to have him doing squash matches on Monday Night Raw. If you're going to build him up to be a mid-carder or at least an opening match for a pay-per-view, Bo Dallas does not have and should not be doing tag team matches with Curtis Axel. Period. Bar none. R-Truth versus Titus O'Neil. I'm not even going over this matchup because it's pointless. TJ Perkins and Brian Kendrick in the back. I like how they're building this up. TJ Perkins, kind of the new kid on the block. Brian Kendrick, the older guy that has the new heel tactics. And, you know, I really like how he's portraying himself now. I really like that this is going on. Braun Strowman in a handicap match. Oh, whatever. I already talked about it. I don't even want to talk anymore about it. We got to see Paul Heyman. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And the only thing I'm going to say is the challenge is made. And Goldberg next week will accept it because he's going to be at Monday Night Raw. It's always nice to see that. TJ Perkins to face Arya Daivari. TJ Perkins picked up the victory. A stare down with Brian Kendrick. Brian Kendrick clapping. And Seth Rollins versus the Gift of Jericho. Breathe it in, man. Seth Rollins won. I'm glad Seth Rollins won. It's good that Seth Rollins won. And that's Monday Night Raw. What do you all think? If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Webby at 2007 Webby. Facebook, Webby at 2007 Webby. Tomorrow, SmackDown Live review. And until I see you then, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.